Hello, everyone, and welcome to Global Wellness for All podcast. My name is Laleh Hancock, and I have the great pleasure of being your host every single week, bringing in conversations, tools, resources to bringing more wellness and well-being in all aspects of our lives, whether it's relationships, it's finances, business, our bodies and mental health, whether it's having more communion with our magical earth or bringing more awareness and consciousness in everything that we're choosing. So thank you so much for being here. Hello, everyone, and welcome to this episode of Global Wellness for All podcasts. Today, we're going to talk about our incredible bodies and what is it that they're actually sharing with us, with the pain, with the whisper, with the intensity, and even those moments when you cannot even get out of bed. So some of you guys know me. My name is Laleh Hancock, and I have the great pleasure of being your host every week for this podcast. And today I'm actually going to be sharing some tools with you, some incredible tools, some questions to ask when you have anything going on, from an upset tummy, toothache, or whatever else might be going on as a sensation, intensity, or pain that your body is trying to communicate with you. Now, most of us, we get out of bed, we have this body, but we forget we have a body. We just take our showers, we go to work, we eat what we think we want to eat, we go the places we want to go. But actually, you get to do all these incredible things because you have this incredible physical body that is your best friend traveling every adventure with you. Now, I know even for me personally, growing up, we didn't really talk about it. We didn't really talk about you and this amazing infinite being that you are, and this amazing best friend called your body. Now it's a sensory organ that tells you everything. Or maybe I knew. So often, you knew when you had a tummy ache. You knew even when the weather was changing. But how often did we actually learn that as part of our everyday ritual, getting out of bed, even before you get out of bed, what communication you and your body can have together? And I'm realizing more and more, and asking my own body, including my body in more things, but also the incredible tools of a particular program called Right Body for You. It's an Access Consciousness specialty program. And I learned about it over 10 years ago. And one of the things that I realized having these conversations yesterday was how often, even as a young child, as a teenager, we have different things that are going on with our bodies. And we put them in the categories of whatever it is that society or even our parents or teachers have classified. So, for example, women out there, there's certain times of the month that it just seems more intense, more cramping. For me personally, growing up, my periods were one of the most difficult times of the month for me, because it was severe. It was to the degree that I could be taking a shower and then just dropping on the ground in severe pain, cramping, and not knowing what to do. And I recall my mom would say to me, you know what? Don't worry. I had that too. As soon as you have children, it's all going to get better. You won't have these cramps anymore. And I remember actually just listening that I'm like probably 15 years old, 16 years old. And this is going to stay until I have children. And back then, I wanted to be a doctor. Some of you guys know that, a pediatrician. And so for me, children was going to be something much later in my life, until I realized The children had a different agenda. But back then, the only thing that really was available was a hot, pad to put on you, lay down, take some medication, Motrin, or something very strong. Back then, there was a couple of different variations I could have gone, but really, it was never about asking a question to your body. And my kids growing up, now they have tools. They do ask their bodies, even when they get a headache or anything else that's going on. The first thing is a question. And that question is, body, what information are you sharing with me? Because what we don't realize is our body doesn't turn off. It is a sensory system that is continuously communicating with our surroundings. It's continuously communicating with the land and the earth and the future. And so the information that it's gifting us is continuous. Now, a lot of us learned at a very young age to turn it off. And one of those ways we do that is also to eat. So, how often have you put food in your mouth because you sense something going on in your body? There might have been a sensation of possibly pain or something else going on. I know personally, I've done this so many times, and it doesn't mean that I stop, but I'm more aware of it now. So, trying to be more conscious in the interaction with the body, and also more conscious eating, and knowing, like, when I'm eating, am I actually eating because my body's hungry, or am I doing it because I'm bored, or because it's an autopilot system that I'm sitting in front of a TV or watching a movie and therefore something goes in my mouth? So really start to pay attention to, when is it that you actually feed your body. So let's put that on the side. Coming back to the scenario of the intensity of cramping. One of the things that I realized, actually, with the tools of Access Consciousness with Right Body for You, is we ask a question with everything. So with anything that's going on, whether it's even a thought in your head, oh, someone walks by and you're like, you know what? That person's really fat. That person's really ugly. You're like, why did I even think this? This is so weird. This is not me being me. Well, when you ask with every thought, feeling, emotion, sensations, even ideas for your business, just ask for 3 days. Try it for 3 days. Who does this belong to? I've known this tool for 10 years, and it's so funny. Yesterday using this tool versus an hour ago using this tool, it's still different. So it's not one of those tools that, oh, I know this tool, and then you forget it. This is actually something to enhance the way your body's communicating with you on a daily basis. So, is it mine, someone else's, or something else? Now, the first thing you always want to say is, it's mine, I own it, this is mine, I feel it in my body, or I know this is mine because this is a problem I've had for a very long time. But I'm going to let you know that that may not be correct. If you're willing, this tool can be really powerful. I remember the first time I tried it, it was, I was in my kitchen in America, in the DC area, and I had this intense pain in my back. And I was like, ooh, my back really hurts. And I was like, wait a second, that's my autopilot. I just learned this awesome tool. Who does this belong to? So I was like, okay, if I didn't automatically say this is mine. So truth, when you say truth before anything, you always get the truth of it instead of the what your mind's response should be. Okay. And I said, is it mine? And I gotta know. And how you get a yes or no, and I know if you guys watched the last episode, I talk about light and heavy a lot. Lightness is when your body is saying yes. It's when your body is saying, hey, this resonates with us. When it's heavy, doesn't resonate. So I said, is it mine? And it was really heavy. And then I was like, is it someone else's? And it was this lightness, spaciousness. And I was like, wow, it's not mine. And then I asked the third question, is it someone else's? And I was like, maybe a little bit. Like there was this like light and heavy kind of together. It's like, okay, well, I learned that if it's someone else, it doesn't mean that what you say goes to them, okay? But it means that you're opening those places where you are just about to lock into your body that this pain is yours. So when I say, is it someone else's, I'm actually giving my body freedom not to lock it in. And then I'm like, okay, so the only way anything can everything's energy. And the only time an energy gets stuck is when two people come together and agree or they resist something. So that's when a point of view gets created. So I was like, okay, who does it belong to? And I was being silly. I was like trying to figure it out. And I was like, oh, it's my mom's. Then I was like, you know what? No, the whole idea of this tool is not for you to predict who it is, just to differentiate it's not yours. And then I was like, but I don't want to give the pain back to my mom. And that's exactly what we do. We get into this little mind thing going on in our heads. The monkey craziness keeps going. And I was like, no, nothing goes back to a person. When you say it's someone else and you say, return it to all the senders with consciousness attached, what you're doing is you're now spreading conscious energy to that initial moment that this thought came together, solidified into a point of view. And anytime now, because we have so many in consciousness, when you sprinkle consciousness, because you're really adding truth to it, okay? When you bring consciousness to anything, instead of being locked, it now has the ability to break apart and allow it to become energy again, free flowing energy. So everything that you get a no, it's not yours, just say return to the sender with consciousness attached. And you'll notice your own body. Because see, now you told your body you don't have to lock this in anymore. Your body gets to relax. And notice if you have more space. And then with it, also, don't try to figure out whose it is, because a lot of times, just you trying to figure it out, you recreate it in your body. So the key to this is not mine, someone else, return to sender with consciousness attached, and allow that to go. Now, the crazy part with this tool is not just benefiting you. What happens is anywhere this energy was stuck for anyone else, anyone who might have had a knee pain, a back pain, or a headache, or there was something locked in their life, okay? By you sending this away, anyone else who had the same thing going on, the same energies, they also now have received this energy to set it free. Now, a lot of times that's when we say, I just had a miracle. I had a knee pain for 6 years. It went away like this. I'm not sure what happened. Yay! And you celebrate. And then you've got others who are like, what just happened? My knee pain went away. There must be something wrong. I have a knee pain. Where is it? And then they bring it back. Because one of the things we don't learn as young adults, or even as adults, most of us, is what you think. Whether it's a loud thought that you're vocalizing or it's something that you're thinking, you create it. And remember, I said this incredible body that is with you throughout your every single day, it's there listening to you. So when you say, I have a headache, or I am sick of this person. I'm sick of this situation. I'm sick of this job. Have you noticed shortly after you say that, your body gets sick? Because your body creates exactly what you're asking for. What you're saying is so much more powerful. Most of us don't realize our voice of what we think and what we say is like a wish that you're sending out into the universe. So, what else could you be asking for? What if you asked, I am happy, I am healthy, I am creative? I mean, that's one of the things that you can change it with and start to see how different your life actually ends up being. Each day ends up being different because if you're focusing, I don't want to say positive energy or negative energy because it's all energy. It's what we define it and put as a point of view to it. But if you're like, wow, today I want to be grateful. So if you start saying, I'm grateful for you, body, you'll start to notice not only your body starts to get healthier, but your body ends up looking more beautiful because this gratitude that you're willing to have is contagious. It spreads, it exponentializes, and gratitude brings more gratitude. But the same thing, we're a magnet of what we say and what we do, our actions. So when you say mine, you make it yours and your body locks it in. So remember I said, is it mine, someone else, and something else? Something else, 99% of the time, it's actually the earth. The earth communicates with us. We have a physical body. Well, guess what? Your amazing body is part of the earth. And if you notice when we were little, like probably before we started school, maybe until the age of 7, you could fall down and really not hurt yourself. You were happy more often. You could bring any joy into anything, pots and pans and whatever. It's because we have these incredible tentacles that are connected into the earth. And we are in harmony with the earth. And as we get older, and especially as young ladies and young men, we start to learn that we have to be mad. We cannot be happy all the time. And we have to do things against our parents and against society, whatever. But what we start to create is all these points of views that are not in line with the earth. The earth doesn't judge. The earth includes everyone and everything. The earth includes continuous generating of energy, generating of different things. Like an octopus, you can cut off one of its legs and it still grows back. Like we have capacities with our amazing planet that most of us, after a young child, we start to slip away. I don't know if that's really the right way of saying it, but we start to create a disconnection. But when you allow you and your body to communicate, your body's gifting you information about the earth. It's gifting you information about the surrounding. Like I always knew when it was about to rain. It was really funny. My knee, I would get this intensity in my left knee. And I knew that sensation. And literally within hours or possibly like the next day, it would rain. So like each of us has these different capacities with our bodies and listening. And the more you start to listen to your body, the more you start to notice that your whole life, you've been picking up on a lot of information around you. And maybe even some of the illnesses, some of the things that you are saying is yours, maybe it's not. I mean, you talk about, families and like illnesses that go from one person to another. Well, what if it doesn't have to? And we have the ability to boost our immune system. We have the ability to communicate with our bodies and create something very different. So when it's the earth, okay, it's because the earth actually is requesting your energy. It's requesting your contributions. And contribution means gift and receive simultaneously. So when you ask, mine, someone else, or something else, and you get the something else, guess what? Ask, is it the earth? And see if it lightens up. If it does, send something to the earth. You can send a kiss, a hug. You can pray if that's what makes you happy. You can just say, Earth, I send you contribution for whatever you require. Now, these tools that I'm sharing with you guys are incredible. And who does this belong to? I learned through Right Body for You, and also Dr. Dane here. And if you Google, you'll find more resources that are available there for you as well. And you can always go to our website, Global Wellness for All. But with this tool, you can use it for everything. And what I love is I also share this with kids. I share it with adults, and kids love it because then they realize that, you know what, they actually are having a lot more control with their bodies than they realize. I've had kids with asthma, kids with psoriasis, all sorts of different things. And it's amazing that when they start to ask questions and they really start contributing to the earth, they end up having more ease with their bodies. They end up having less asthma attacks. Some get even better. So it's not just kids. What can you and your body be creating together in harmony? And when we stop fighting our body, which most of us don't realize how much we do that, it's amazing. The heartburns go away. Like even asking your body, what would you like to eat today? Go through the menu and go with light and heavy. Ask body, yes, no. That's how I do it. I learned that from Right Body for You as well. It was incredible. Just putting my finger on the menu, and I don't even see the food anymore. Literally, it's like body, yes, no, 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 yes. Ah, okay. Is this what you'd like to eat? Because so often I was picking up what other people sitting at my table or other table, their bodies were asking for. And I mean, I really don't have discomfort with my belly, but I realized that the more I ask for what my body desires to eat, the more I enjoy the food, the more we easily digest it. I don't feel heavy like I used to. And I've been sharing this tool with so many people, and then they describe how, heartburn went away, but their sleeping habits got better. Like it was like they were now in tuned with what their body really required. And most of us don't realize our body utilizes a lot of water, salt, and sugar. And even when you perceive you're hungry, you've got even the noise going on with your body, a lot of times it's actually your body cells are dehydrated. It's not even that your body desires the food. So starting to ask, body, do you require something to drink? Yes or no? Go with light or heavy. Or would you like something to eat? And like I said to you guys in the last episode, you could put something in front of you and do the muscle test. Do the muscle test forward, do the muscle test back, and start to actually communicate with your body. One of the reasons I wanted to have this conversation with you is the lunch appointment that I just had. It was really interesting. I was talking to someone who recovered from COVID and some of the symptoms that he was describing to me. And in our conversation, I realized he does not talk to his body at all. Like he was explaining to me that he noticed a lot of times we come home, he's a runner. The reason I met him is he's an instructor of many things: swimming, tennis, cycling, and so many other things. And he said to me, I work out and I run, I walk all day long. I had lots of different activities going on. And then I would notice there were home, turn on the TV, and next thing I knew, I was eating the whole bag of cookies. And I was like, what am I doing? This is crazy. But he went the extreme way. He went from the bag of cookies to no cookies. And then he started cutting everything out. And then he realized he started having headaches and other things because our head has a lot of sugar. And when you let go sugar, you let go water, when you're even thinking, okay, you're releasing, your body's releasing water and sugars. And in your physical body, you're actually releasing salt, water, and sugar. So know that sometimes it actually could be your body requires salt, your body requires sugar. And the minute that you make it be that this is good sugar, this is bad sugar, that's what you're telling your body to react to. Your body, if you don't create a point of view about sugar, for example, your body will take the sugar it requires and then it lets go anything it doesn't require. But the minute you're like, this sugar is bad, this is poison, you literally tell your poison to fight. It is our points of views that are really creating this symptom on in our physical every day, with clothing, with food, with anything that you're doing, especially around pain, especially around intensity. And know that if it's the earth is shifting and changing a lot. You know, most of us know the last few years has been a whole other world than what we're used to. And it's some of it's so much for the better. So many of us are willing to be more aware of what's happening around us. Ask questions, be healthier in our view of life, eating, but also, a lot has happened to our planet. And so you will pick up that the earth requires more of your assistance. And like I said, a prayer, a kiss, a hug, or even just saying, what contribution can I be to you, earth, will create a whole new world. So I'm hoping that these 2 weeks of conversations about body is starting to get you, no matter how in tune you are with your body, what else is possible with your body? What is this level of communion that you and your body can actually have? And what if every day it could be greater? So often, I work with a lot of therapists and others, and, oh, yes, my body this, but then they make that be the best. No, what if it's about continuously allowing this communication that you have and this communion of partnership with your body to get greater every single day? So hope this was a contribution to you guys. And for all of you who are out there with whatever those intensities were, those pains were, those sensations, who does it belong to? And lots of great tools also from Access Consciousness and Right Body for You. And you can go to rightbodyforyou.com for more of those goodies. And they're everywhere on social media. And until next time. So if you guys have any questions, you can message us. And please, will you contribute? Let's spread this out to as many people to know there's so much more available with our bodies than we ever imagined. See you guys next week. Bye-bye. Thank you so much for being here, whether you were listening or watching live or on a replay. We are so grateful for you. We want to hear from you. What would you like to hear about? What are topics that get you excited and you would like to know more about? You can message us on social media, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, or even sending us a message at globalwellnessforall.com/contact. And also, would you be willing to assist us? Would you be willing to contribute spreading these seeds of wellness and well-being to others? And as always, we are so happy you're here and what is truly possible with our amazing planet the minute we're willing to have more wellness and well-being. See you next time.